All right.
Thanks for coming out. I wanted to let us know there's 2 mics on both sides, so anybody has any questions for Mendes, myself, go ahead up and ask them.
What's up?
Money. Yeah.
Hello.
Where you
Hello.
At? Where you at?
Who's your favorite baseball team?
For Milwaukee, so Milwaukee Brewers got to be my team. I live right by the stadium, so Brewers for me, but they suck, so.
I don't really watch a whole lot of baseball, but I'm from Sacramento, so probably Giants, just because it's close to hometown.
Okay. Cool.
Where are these mics at? So I can see what we're talking about. Oh, okay.
All right, cool.
Okay. Little man.
Anthony, what's your game plan for taking down Gilbert?
I'm not going to take him down. I'm probably going to knock him out. Now, Gilbert's it's going to be a good fight. I'm excited to coach the Ultimate Fighter. It should be a fun show. And, I'm not a wrestler, so I'm looking for the knockout.
Come on, Anthony.
Yeah, I'm bringing this guy in actually for camp, so this guy's going to help me with my wrestling.
At the end, can you sign my belt?
Yeah, for sure. Can you come up? Can you come up here? How's that work? After. I'll do it after.
Who's next?
Hey, Showtime. Welcome to Dallas, Texas. Got a couple of questions. I saw you at 166. You were sitting ringside watching the Gilbert Melendez fight, Diego Sanchez. Did that worry you at all, the way he just kept coming? And also, what's your game plan of you plan on taking him out or knocking him out?
Yeah, I mean, when you're the champ, man, every fight's going to be tough. I mean, everybody I'm fighting is the #1 contender. There's no easy fights being the champ. So he's a tough guy, I know that. But the way that fight went kind of makes me, I'm a smart fighter. I don't get into crazy fights. I barely get hit. I think in all my fights, I might have got punched like 3 times. So I try to stay away from brawling. You know, I'm more of an intelligent fighter. I'll let him do that, and he'll run into my fist or my shin.
Hey, hello, Anthony. Marco from Waco, brother. Shout out to the MMA Junkie Nation, by the way. You got one of the most iconic kicks in MMA history. That is a granted. You teased us twice with a fight with Jose Aldo. When are you gonna make that damn fight happen, dude?
Man, that's not up to me. You know, Jose Aldo. Well, the reason why that fight hasn't happened, they don't want a champ in both weight classes. So either I have to move down to 45, or he has to move up. And for either one of us to give up our belt, it's a big risk. So eventually it'll happen. I got Melendez next. Jose Aldo is definitely on the radar. I mean, I think you have Jose Aldo next,
Yeah, I'm
right?
coming after Aldo, man. It's
not
for sure
Mendes
yet,
has Aldo.
I gotta get that belt, man.
That is my next question, Shad. Does it bother you that Tony there have been calling out Jose, even though my eyes, I seen you're the #1 contender for the 145 belt?
Oh, thank you, man. No, it doesn't bother me at all. I mean, this is a business. We're all about putting on great fights for all you guys. Everyone wants to see that fight. Honestly, it would be a fight that I'd love to watch too, but first and foremost, man, I'm the #1 contender at 45s, and he's still there, so I got to get in there, man. I want to beat that guy. I want to beat, he's beating me, Uriah. This is, it'd mean a lot to me to get in there and take that belt from Jose Aldo, so that's what we're pushing for.
I got a question for Anthony Pettis. It seems like everything that we're hearing is that Aldo's willing to vacate his belt and come to you. Are you willing to do the same?
I already made that transition to go to 45, and I could do it. I mean, I'm a big 55. I'm a big 45. I mean, he's 45. That's a big difference. So, yeah, it's tough. It's tough, but I mean, for me, it's like I said, he said the same. Everybody wants to see that fight. If that's what has to happen, I'm willing to do it. I mean, if they want me to go down to 45, I'll go down to 45. But right now, I got Melendez next, coaching the show, healing up my injuries. I had some injuries I had to take care of. So once we get through Melendez, we'll worry about Jose Aldo.
Well, with this question I just asked, what weight do you walk around at?
Usually like 75. Right now, I'm 85. So I'm way up there.
Yeah, that'd be a hard cut.
Yeah, man.
Thanks. Hey, what's up, champion? Chad?
What's up, buddy?
Yo, I didn't realize you were coming, man. I would have worn my money shirt.
Oh, man.
Oh, it's like that. It's like that. Okay.
It's like that, buddy. Hey, I just want to say thank you for that email reply last year, Showtime, for when you gave me that quote, that attitude determines effort. That was awesome, man.
and also in exchange that I got to motivate you as well. So I'm very blessed.
Definitely,
Thanks,
man. Thanks for reaching out.
Yeah, thanks, man. And my question is, tell us the story or the relationship, how you keep your mom's nerves calm every time you go ask a question or something. Like, does she motivate you, or does she tell you if you win you get this, if you lose she Showtime kicks you?
Wow, now my mom doesn't watch my fights. It's weird. Like, so when I started fighting, she wouldn't watch any of my fights. She'll go, but she like goes into the bathroom or like just she hears the audience go crazy. She's like, what happens? Like, if you watch the show, like she's always in the hallway. Yeah. But she watches my little brother's fights. I'm like, why do you do that? It's like, cause he's ready. I'm like, what do you mean he's ready? Like, I'm not ready. That's crazy. No, but my mom,
it's like that.
she's motivating, man. She's like the reason why I do all this. For me, like she's the rock of our family. Lost my dad at a young age, so she really kept us together.
Man, and I'll see you tomorrow, Chad, at the Torque store. And
Cool.
Also, is it cool if I take a picture with y'all after the Q&A?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay
Thanks,
with that?
man. Thank you. Thank you.
Have a good one.
Hey, Chad, Cisco from San
up?
Antonio. My wife said she wants to hit that. What are you doing later? So. Hey,
It's like that.
and would you mind if I watch?
Hey, I'm trying to watch that too.
Oh, man. I gotta say, that's probably the weirdest question I've ever been asked in my entire life.
He said my wife.
Wow.
But we can't follow up with him.
I don't know. I'm gonna top that. But what's up, Chad?
What's up, man?
Hey, Pettis. Real quick question. My son, he's he's a freshman in high school. You're his favorite fighter. Is it cool if I get a picture with you after?
Yeah, I
For him?
think we can set it up so we all get pics. Whoever wants pics, we'll
Cool,
stay around, take
cool.
pics and all that.
Where are you guys at mentally right now with the stardom? Pettis, you've been a champ. Right now, mentally, aside from physical, you guys train hard. Where are you at mentally in the fight game?
I'm always right in there with the mental part of it. I mean, that's the majority of the game. I mean, that's something that, you basically got to just make this a lifestyle. And I think that's what we've done, and that's why we're, at the top. So, for me, it's something that I love to do. So it's not very hard to get there, but, like I said, it's a lifestyle. We're doing this all the time. As part of the physical part of it, not in the best fight shape, but I'm not out of shape. I never get really out of shape.
Let's see your abs.
So,
Let's see his abs. He's ready.
So yeah, I could probably fight in a couple weeks if I absolutely had to, but yeah, we're all good.
Sweet.
Yeah, me mentally right now, man, I'm just recovering from injuries. I had to get a knee. I fought Ben Henderson for 4 minutes. I get an injury and I'm out for 6 months. So it's scary. It's scary knowing that. Anything could happen in these fights. You win, you still have to.
Right.
Your body has to heal up. So I mean, our bodies ain't made to punch and kick and wrestle. So you gotta take that in consideration. I just turned 27, so mentally I'm just trying to get ready for my next camp. Just trying to think how I'm gonna do it safer and make sure I don't get injured anymore.
Cool. Well, good luck and God bless, guys.
Thank you, man.
All right, thank you.
I got a question for both. What keeps y'all so disciplined when it's so easy for fighters just to fall off when you get so popular and in the game and everything?
I'm trying to get paid, man. So I'm trying to make a good
All
life for my
about the
daughter and my
Benjamins.
family. So if you fall off and you lose track of this, it's easy to get caught up in that life. I mean, you go from no one caring about who you are or what you're doing to the world watching every move you make. So for me, it's money, man. I'm trying to get paid. I'm trying to give my daughter a good life, and I'm in a blessed situation, and I want to take advantage of that.
Yeah, for me, I mean, it's a few things. Obviously, getting paid is huge. I mean, this is how we make our living. This is, what we do. But for me, it's, I've been competing since I was 5 years old, and I've competed my entire life. So this is basically all I know. If I were to fall off and just get caught up in, all the crazy partying and doing stuff like that, it's just, I don't know what else I would do. So, this is my lifestyle, and this is what I love to do. So, like I said, it just makes it easy. It's easy to stay on track.
Thanks.
I realized there was going to be two of you guys up here, so thanks, Chad, coming
no
out.
problem.
Anthony. Quick question for Chad. You just kind of reiterate a lot of things that Dwayne Ludwig Bang has brought to Team Alpha. Just kind of share your thoughts on what you've picked up, what you've learned.
Yeah, I mean, Dwayne's been a huge asset for us at Team Alpha Male. We didn't have a head coach before him, so it was basically just all of us working with each other, and, we really needed that. You just don't see a lot of world-class athletes or teams without a head coach. I think that was kind of that missing thing we needed, and, You know, him being here, it's huge. We've gone over so many new techniques. I mean, he seriously is a tactical genius. I've never met any coach that's so obsessed with the sport and obsessed with teaching and wanting to see us do well. So, I mean, that means a lot to me. It's great seeing a guy that cares about us, and you can tell he wants us to win and do well, so it makes me want to do good. So
Awesome. And one quick question for Anthony. Anthony, if you could fight any fighter in the past, whether it doesn't have to be a mixed martial arts, just anybody from the past, who would you fight and why?
Man, Diego's
From the
tough.
past.
From the past. Any weight class or just
Any weight class, anybody from
Man,
the past.
honestly, right now, the guy I really want to fight is Nate Diaz. I mean, it's the guy who's been talking a lot. I think the fans want to see that one, so Nate Diaz is on the radar for sure. Who's that?
They're streaming Aldo or Sanchez, but you want Nate
Yeah,
Diaz.
I mean, for me, man, Diaz is a good fighter. He's a good fighter. He's he's right up there, and he could be one of the next guys I fight. But he's the one that talks the most, and I want to settle that.
Well, if that fight happens, we'll go ahead and coin it Mexican on Mexican crime for that
sure,
fight.
yeah, for sure.
Hey, good luck, guys.
thank
Chad
you.
as well.
All right.
How you doing, Mr. Mendez, Mr. Pettis? By the way, nice Jays.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Jay's on my
I try
side.
to keep him clean. I try to keep him clean.
There you go. I got a question for both of y'all. Is there, any fighters that, y'all just, like y'all have to watch live, like I was a Silva, Weidman fight where you just got to call Dana White and say, hey, Dana, I need some tickets, or, you just have to watch it. You can't,
Man, I'm a fight fan, so I go to the first fight of all the fights. I mean, I like watching fights. I like to learn from the fights. I like watching all the fights. I mean, they're all entertaining, whether it's a decision or a knockout or submission. For me, it's all entertaining.
But it's not one fighter you just get, geeked out about?
I mean, I'm an Anderson Silva fan for sure. Anderson Silva, Lyoto Machida, another big inspiration. GSP, all them guys. All the guys that are on top, big inspiration for me.
I love watching all my teammates fight. Obviously, I'm close to them. They're basically like my brothers, but I get super excited watching them fight. But this guy right here, I love watching this guy fight. Just because you never know what the hell he's going to do when he gets in there. Him and Uriah, I think, are my two favorite guys to watch.
All right. Well, thank you for coming, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, man. Thanks.
Hey guys, my name is Elias from Fanáticos del MMA Guatemala. It's a website for MMA in Spanish. So Anthony,
That was one city. Say it again. Where are you from?
Elias Montenegro from Fanáticos del MMA Guatemala. You just signed my shirt out there. So I wanted to know, how's your Spanish?
My Spanish is not good. I grew up. My dad's Puerto Rican and my mom's Mexican. So,
Right.
my grandma speaks Spanish. My mom speaks Spanish. They never taught us. So me and my brothers don't speak Spanish.
Okay.
It sucks.
So, talking about the Lightning fighters, I wanted to know, what can we expect of having you and Gilbert Melendez on the Ultimate Fighter house? How do you think that the show is going to be?
I think it's gonna be entertaining. I mean, I know Mendes is bringing out the Diaz brothers. I'm bringing out my team, so it should be a good show. I think we're coaching a new weight class too, 115-pound ladies. So I think it should be a good show. I'm expecting to have some fun doing it, and I'm gonna go out there and get that W after the show.
Awesome. So, Chad, how do you think that novela is going to look like inside of the house, right?
Oh, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
guys, the Diaz and everybody?
No, I mean, I'm excited to watch this. I don't know what's going to
Yeah, I'm
happen.
gonna actually. Hopefully, I can bring him out. He's
Yeah,
gonna
I'd
have me
like
for
to
my
get
next
out there.
fight, so he'll be the wrestling side of my camp.
So, both great champions, guys. An honor to meet you.
Thank you
man.
so
Thanks
much.
for coming out.
Have a good day.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Hey, Chad, I've got a question for each of you, but Chad, me and my brothers, we grew up wrestling our entire lives. If we come out to Team Alpha Male, can we come and train with you guys?
Yeah, for sure. Where's your brother at?
One of them's right here in the front.
Nice.
Raise your hand, Mike.
All right, how old are you guys?
He's 54 and I'm 49.
54 young. Yeah, come on out.
Hey,
we got wrestling
old
practice
enough.
2 times a week. You guys can come jump on in with us.
My 53-year-old brother Ron's at the Pan Ams in California right now
Oh, nice.
competing. So
You guys still training? You guys still wrestling?
absolutely.
Oh yeah, come on out.
Very
Sacramento.
cool. Awesome. We'll do that.
Oh, yeah.
Anthony, I know you'll know the term ATA.
Yes.
Can you tell me how that's affected your career and what that's done for you?
Yeah, I started with ATA's Taekwondo Association. I started with the ATA as a kid, so my first discipline is Taekwondo. I'm 5 years old. I had a choice. It was either ballet or Taekwondo. My mom went to college at night, and she had 3 boys, and she said, you guys have to choose one. So we chose, of course, Taekwondo. It was an ATA organization. For me, it's the life skills that it builds. I mean, the martial arts was amazing. I learned a lot of stuff, but you're learning these punches, these kicks, and you're learning like these life skills, confidence, self-esteem, all these things. As a kid, you don't really know what it means or why you're learning it. But as an adult, it really helped me. I lost my dad at a young age, and Taekwondo really helped me get over that. I mean, without martial arts, I don't know where I'd be at.
Aren't you starting a couple gyms that are?
Yeah, actually, yeah. I just started a program. It's called Victory Showtime. It's an MMA style curriculum. It's with Taekwondo life skills. So we attach the life skills with mixed martial arts, and we're going around gyms across the nation. We're in 25 gyms now. So Victory Showtime. It's the same thing that I learned as a kid from Taekwondo, but with mixed martial arts.
Fantastic. I'm glad you got to share that with the crowd because it's been a great
thanks for that question.
organization.
Yeah, it's huge.
Savannah, raise your hand. My daughter's a first-degree black belt in Taekwondo at the ATA, and I'm a third-degree black belt.
ATA, third degree. No, I'm a third degree also.
Nice. I started at 40, believe it or not.
I started at 5, so.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Take care. Hope to see you guys in SAC.
Hey guys, thanks for coming back to Texas, man. Got to hang with you guys in Houston, man, so
nice.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
And they got these spotlights here, man, but I'm kind of blinded by that watch, man, so can you put that behind your back.
Oh,
man?
my watch.
Yeah,
Not mine.
My question was, you hear about fighters getting broke, kind of run down. I seen the stuff you've been buying, bro. You've been putting some money aside for yourself later down the road, bro?
Mendes or me?
Mr. Anthony Pettis.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. I mean, the first thing I do well. I own a sports bar. I just opened a barber shop, and I own 2 martial arts gyms. So I do well for myself outside of fighting. I know that this opportunity is only there for limited time. I mean, I can't fight for the rest of my life. So I know. I grew up doing. I opened my first business at 16. My first martial arts gym. So I've been doing this for a long time, making good money outside of the octagon. But obviously this helps out, and
Sure.
no, I'm pretty good with it.
Hey, big fan of both of you guys, man. My only
Thank
question
you.
to Chad is, how soon can you afford a watch like that?
How what?
How soon are you going to be able to afford a watch like that?
Man, I don't know. I'm trying to get this guy to hook me up.
Maybe,
I need this guy to sponsor me.
We're gonna make it happen.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
Hey, guys, first of all, thanks for coming out. Chad, thanks for hanging at Twin Peaks last year.
Oh, yeah. I'll be there again tomorrow night. Or
Were you?
actually,
Okay.
tonight, sorry.
My wife and I were there with you and Uriah last year, and we had a great time.
Awesome.
And Anthony, I hear Josh Thompson's talking a bunch of noise. What do you think about that?
Man, when
Telling
you
him to come on?
So I beat Ben Henderson in 4 minutes. He took him 25 minutes and he lost. Like, how do you even talk after that?
I understand.
It doesn't make
I understand.
sense. So I'm not the guy to get into that exchange. But when I'm injured, I feel like everybody wants to talk. But when I'm healthy, there's no fights for me. Before the Cerrone fight, I was injured. No one wanted to fight me. I get the surgery done, and everybody's calling me out. So it's part of the game. He has to keep himself relevant, and it's gonna happen when you're the champ.
You're a great champ.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Take care.
Hey, Anthony, I'm like your biggest fan. I heard you say to a previous question.
Are you reading that off your phone?
Yeah, I had to write it down because I'm too scared. But
That's good, man.
all your inspirations are the guys on top, and you're on top now. How does that feel?
That's amazing. For me, starting in the WEC, I was just like happy to be in the WEC and be part of the organization. And for me to be the champ in the UFC, it's a goal that I set out when I first started this. I wanted to be the best. I think if you're fighting mixed martial arts, your goal should be the champ. You should want to be the best, and that's what I set out to do. Now that I reached that goal, it's like I have to set new goals. I want to make my mark in this sport and make sure I'm remembered after that this is all done.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Anthony, we had met you in New Orleans. I just wanted to say thank you for being so kind to us and letting us get pictures then. My question for both of y'all, though, who's y'all picks for the main and co-main event tonight, actually for the title and in the Condit fight? And what's y'all take on the TRT ban?
I'm going to have to go with Johnny Hendricks just because the guy is tough, man. I was actually wrestling in college at the same time he was, so I got to see this guy compete a lot, and the guy's a stud. So that wrestling background, the guy hits like a truck, so I'm going with him. And then I like Condit too, man. Condit's my boy. I love watching Condit fight.
Yeah.
I think this is a tough fight for him, but I think he's got it.
I'm gonna go with Hendricks for sure. Hendricks for the main event, and then I gotta disagree. I'm going with Woodley. I think Tyrone he got some hands. He trained with my wrestling coach Ben Askren, and Ben had some good things to say about him. I met him out in LA. Tyrone's, a good fighter.
And then the TRT ban, I mean, I think this is great for the sport. I mean, it's tough going back and forth. You can say things positive and negative both ways, but I just feel like, if you're getting so old to where, your TRT or your testosterone's going low, I mean, maybe it's time to start looking for something else to do. So I think it's good.
Yeah, I gotta agree on that, man. I think it's good for the sport. If you have to do that to stay relevant or stay on top, it's cheating. I mean, if everybody ain't doing it, and we all can't have the same results with it, then I don't think it should be available to anybody. So yeah, I think it's good that there's actually a regulation on it now.
Well, thank y'all for coming out.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, I got 2 questions. Chad, could we ever see a fight between you and Frankie Edgar?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Frankie's at 45s now. He's fighting BJ Penn.
Who you taking in that fight?
What?
Who you taking in that fight?
Frankie.
Who?
Frankie.
Frankie?
Yeah.
DJ.
Yeah, it's definitely just a matter of time before I think we meet up. I mean, we're both right there at the top. I'm hoping I get that title shot next. If I win that belt, he beats BJ, it's a good possibility that we could be fighting him next, if that's the case. But yeah, I definitely think we'll be fighting.
Okay. Hey, Showtime, how do I get on your VIP list for tonight?
Wait, what's that?
Club Plush, how do I get on your VIP list?
Oh man, you just gotta wear them glasses out. If you wear them glasses to the club, you're good, bro. You're in there. You're
already on the list, bro.
You didn't say it.
All right.
Showtime. Welcome to Dallas, man. Me and my partners here really appreciate you coming out. I had a couple of questions for you. You're really known for one of the most memorable kicks in UFC or WEC history at the time. We got Alexander Gustafsson did or try to emulate you on the internet not too long ago, and I kind of feel like you've really been going after Aldo ever since he fought Frankie Edgar and did the off-the-wall Superman punch. So do you really, you want to show him how it's done, and how's that going to go down?
No, you know what? My teammate Ellen Belcher was the first one to do the off-the-cage Superman punch. At my camp, we just play around a lot, man. Like, we're out there having fun. We're trying new things. I was actually surprised when I landed the Henderson kick, man. I landed it, I'm like, turned around, I'm like, damn, it actually worked? Like, it was like, whoa. No, but yeah, Jose Aldo is just it's a challenge for me, man. He's, this guy has him next, but I mean, for me, it's fighting the best at the best time. If he's the champ, he's looking unbeatable. That's what I want to. Them fights there gets me motivated. It makes me want to train hard, makes me want to fight these guys. So that's the only reason why I'm calling this guy out.
Thanks for coming out, man.
Thanks, man.
Hey, quick question for Pettis. A huge fan of both of you guys, but Showtime, real quick, man. I'm gonna rewind real quick. When you were scheduled to fight Aldo and you got injured, I remember it came right out that you were injured and the fight was over. I was crushed because I'm a big fan of both of you guys. But explain to me why Duke, and with all due respect, was campaigning within hours for you to fight Henderson right after it came out that you were injured. To me, it seemed like, you dropped one fight and he was already out trying to get you the next fight, the next title fight, you know what I mean? And that one was kind of unsettled and left hanging. So if you can just go through that with me, I'd appreciate it.
So the way the injury happened, I was in Brazil for a press conference. We were doing the press conference for the fight. Me and Phil Davis were rolling. Probably shouldn't have been rolling with Phil Davis. Dude's a beast. And I tore my LCL. It's like a little ligament in the side of the knee. Right. And the UFC flew me out. I saw the doc. The doc said I probably shouldn't fight because it could do more damage. So the fight got canceled. Duke wasn't campaigning at that point at all for me to fight Henderson.
No, I just remember it was odd to me because I was on Twitter.
It was a couple weeks later. So it was a couple weeks later.
It was within maybe days, bro. On Twitter, he made a comment about something, and there's.
No, I mean, I don't know if that's. I mean, if you could pull it up and show me, maybe we can
I just got the
but,
feeling.
I mean, once I got pulled from the fight, like
right.
I was not in training camp anymore. I went out of shape.
How long after you got pulled from that fight was it like were you?
So I got pulled from that fight.
I
got pulled from that fight early June when I went to Brazil,
right.
And the 4th of July weekend was the Fan Expo in Vegas. So I was out there hanging out, and the fight got offered to me the following week. So the LCL, if you look it up, Google it, it's a little ligament on the side of the knee. It doesn't take long to heal. I mean, it's just a small injury that the UFC didn't think I was healthy enough to fight that title fight. So luckily for me, I mean, TJ Grant was definitely injured, or he wouldn't be out this long.
Right.
But man, I got the way it worked out. It's weird. I mean, it does
Right,
look
and
like
it was in your
looked
hometown,
like
too. You know,
it
it
looked
was
like something was set up.
All the skeptics were like, fight turns out to be in your hometown. The first fight gets dropped, and it just
Yeah,
I'm just trying to clear that up.
If you believe in them,
I'm just speaking facts. That's
no,
all.
I mean if you believe in the conspiracy
No,
theories,
I don't. I'm
it
just
does
trying
look
to.
that way.
I'm clearing it up with you, and
Yeah,
that's
no,
all.
it's
Appreciate
good.
it, man. Huge
No, I
fan.
understand. Boo this man. Boo this man. No, but to clarify on that, it did look like, the fight was, given to me, but I mean, it just worked out.
Like
and
I
it-
said, I want you and everyone to understand real quick.
Let him justify
We'll drop
himself.
This. We'll drop
Let him
this.
justify himself.
We'll
Go ahead.
talk on Twitter, bro. We'll talk on Twitter.
No, I don't. Go ahead, finish it. Finish the
No. I mean, just you ended up getting a fight in your hometown, in India, and it happened to be that way. And like you said, skeptics were talking. I was trying to clear that up with you. And
Yeah, I mean, for me, like, if it worked out the way I wanted to, I wouldn't have got injured in 4 minutes, and I wouldn't be out for, 8 months, So.
No, I understand. Shit happens in the sport. Completely
Yeah.
understand. Much respect. No disrespect to you, your camp, or anything, man.
Next
Hey,
question.
Please don't let that be representative of how we all feel. Okay, don't let him speak
Thanks,
for us,
sir.
please.
Thanks.
Oh, we don't believe in those conspiracy theories. So.
This is for both of you. I need some weight cutting techniques. And
Wait,
how
you need weight cutting techniques?
Yeah.
Wow, do a 360.
What?
Do a 360. Spin. Do a spin.
Why?
She doesn't need no weight. Next question.
Next.
Nah, go ahead.
So, I had a question
No,
for you.
let her
Showtime.
finish. Let her finish.
Yeah, wait. I need some weight cutting techniques and like how you fuel yourself after.
So, I mean, for me, I don't really have to cut a whole lot of weight for 45s, but the main thing is just keeping food in your body every 2 hours. I mean, people think, oh, I got to starve to lose weight. That's not the way you're going to lose it. You want to keep, a little bit of lean protein, complex carbs, and some kind of green vegetables or any kind of vegetables every 2 hours. That way it keeps your metabolism going. You're going to burn more fat. You're going to lose more weight quicker doing that. When you stop eating, your metabolism stops. All right, so then when you basically go into starvation mode, and when you do eat, it gets stored as body fat because your body doesn't know when it's gonna get food again. So it's trying to survive. So keeping something in your body all the time, every 2 hours, even if it's just a snack, a bar, or something like that, that's gonna keep that going. And then as far as, are you trying to make weight for something?
Yes, judo.
Or just lose some pounds?
Judo. For
Judo? So I mean, usually it's like, probably the last 5 pounds for you would probably be water weight. And usually what you do is, you put your sweats on, sometimes plastics, depending on how hard it is for you to lose the weight. And the last, 5 pounds, you're basically just working out and you're getting sweat. You're basically like a sponge and you're wringing that last 5 pounds out. Then you make weight and then you put it all right back into you. All right, so I wouldn't go much more than 5 pounds on that though, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, the big thing for me is sodium. If you take sodium out your diet for the last couple pounds, like you said, the salt holds the water. If you have a lot of salt in your body, you're gonna hold your water more. So no sodium for the last couple days, and then you would do the weight cut, the water weight cut. You lose 5 to 7 easy.
Yeah, high water intake too if you're far out. You want to be flushing everything out of your system.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good luck.
So, I have a question for you, Showtime.
What's up, man?
What was sweeter, the 25-minute fight with Bendo, where you just destroyed him, or the 4 minutes where you just ended him?
The 25-minute fight, I wouldn't say I destroyed him, man. That was a back and forth fight. Going to the 5th round, it was very close. I think if I wouldn't have landed that kick, it could have been a different outcome. But for me, I don't get paid for overtime. We get in there, we get whether the fight's 1 minute or 25 minutes, we get the same paycheck. So for me, get in, get out, get the job done, and make sure you guys are all entertained.
Cool. Thanks, man.
Can I get both of y'all to sign my cap?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I think afterwards we're gonna do a line. We'll
Okay.
make sure we get everybody.
All right, thanks.
She wants to see the abs again. Both for the abs. The abs.
A what?
A what?
Your abs. Can I see them again?
Wait, is it? Are you that guy's wife?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Nice to meet you.
She has a better right hand than I do.
Hi. I just want Anthony to take off your shirt, please. Or can he take your shirt off?
Take it off like
All the way.
Wait, what is going on over here?
I keep his shirt on when I have my shirt off. This guy's shredded always.
I was waiting for the ones to start flying.
I was waiting for the ones too, man. Trying to get.
Hey man, appreciate you guys being out here. Quick question, if you could give some advice to somebody who's looking to be a fighter, what discipline or art would you say is an absolute must in the UFC, whether it be wrestling, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu?
I mean, I gotta say, this day and age, you gotta know everything, man. You can't just be good at one thing and expect to get to the top. I mean, obviously try to learn it all, but I've been a wrestler my whole life, so obviously I'm gonna say wrestling just because, for me, I believe it just teaches great body awareness. You know, you learn how to cut weight, you know, what works for your body, what doesn't. You know, I think and weight cutting is huge for, you know, how you're gonna feel in the fight. And then obviously just learning how to grind and get that mental toughness. But I know Anthony might say something different, but.
I think the first thing you gotta do is like get some good insurance because you're gonna be in the hospital a lot, man. So find a good insurance. But I started with boxing. You know, boxing's my background. The same thing. We weight cut. We you know, taekwondo too. Also, I think it all depends on what style you want to fight. You want to be a striker. You want to be a wrestler. I mean, it all works out there. You see different fighters use different ways to become champs and to become, you know, to the top. He's a wrestler. I'm a striker. We're both at the top of our division. So what do you like and find a gym that you're comfortable in.
Yeah, you just gotta find what works for you. I mean, he's got longer body. It's probably not as beneficial for me as the striking part. So that's why maybe I got into the wrestling. I got little short arms, but I mean, it might work for you. Maybe the striking. Who knows?
Cool, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Hey, fellas, I got another question. With the recent controversial early stoppages, with with Mendes' boy Uriah and the McMahon fight and all that other stuff going on, does that play into your game plan? Who's reffing?
No, I don't think so. I mean, you just never know when that's going to happen. And, I mean, you can blame it on the refs, but, I mean, would you want to be a ref in there? I wouldn't want to be. I mean, either way, if you let it go a little too long, you're going to hear a bunch of crap. If you stop it when you think it needs to be stopped, sometimes, people are yelling at you, oh, it was too soon. So, I mean, it's a tough job. I wouldn't want to do it, but, I mean, yeah, I don't let it play into my game plan. I just got to go out there. I got to train for what I think and what I know is going to happen and get in there and do as best as I can at that game plan. But, if I'm in there thinking like, oh, there's a possibility it's going to be an early stoppage, that's going to be in your mind. You're going to be thinking about that, and you're going to be getting punched in the face. So, you can't be thinking about that stuff too much.
So even in planning for the fight and everything, that doesn't play like, hey, I need to, make sure I knock this guy out quick.
I mean, obviously, like Anthony's saying, we don't get paid for overtime. So if I can get in there and knock the guy out as quick as I can, that all the power to me. So, I mean, it's something that I'd love to do every single fight, but it's not always going to happen. But yeah, you can't let the possibility of the judge stopping it, the ref stopping it soon or letting it go longer. That you can't let it get to your game plan.
Yeah, I mean, for us, it's our job as fighters to finish these fights, and for the refs, it's their job to protect us. So, I mean, Herb Dean's a great ref. I thought that was early stoppage in the Faber fight. He put his thumbs up. But, I mean, there's so many situations where, like he said, guys take more damage than they should have, and fights get stopped sooner than they should have. So, it's like one of them things that they're trying to keep us safe. It's their job to do that, but it's a tough job.
Good. And do y'all like the new bonus structure?
What is the new bonus structure?
I haven't fought with it yet, so I don't really know if I like it. I guess we'll kind of find out.
Is there a knockout of the night?
Oh.
No.
Damn.
It's like performance based.
It's a performance based.
Yeah.
Performance based?
So you can
Just
still
get
go
out
out
there
there
and brawl, basically.
have a great fight and get a bonus.
But how many bonuses are there? Three?
Three bonuses.
Three still? So three performance of the night, is that how it works?
I think there's two.
Two?
Two.
One fight of the night.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I might have to learn that for my next fight. Trying to figure out how to get that.
Thank y'all.
Yep.
This is for you, Anthony. Who inspired you to do UFC?
The way I got into mixed martial arts was actually, I owned my first taekwondo gym. I started training MMA so I could teach my students how to do mixed martial arts, do jiu-jitsu, do kickboxing. So I started learning it from Duke just to teach to my students. And I started training at Duke, so he's like, man, you're good. And I had my first fight. I won in like 24 seconds. My second fight, like 24 seconds. I think all of my fights were like under a minute. So I found out I was good at it and I could make a good living at it. So I wasn't like training because I wanted to be an MMA fighter. I was doing it to teach my students, and it worked out for me that I was really good at it. And luckily, I won my belt.
And after this, can you sign something for me?
Yeah, we'll set that all up for sure. Everybody, we'll set it up so we can sign for everybody.
And if we can't get to everybody tonight, we'll be at Twin Peaks, what, 10 to 12?
8 to 10.
Is it 8 to 10,
Twin
Mike?
Peaks. Mike.
Twin Peaks tonight?
8 to 10?
What time? 8 to 10? Oh, 8 to 10 we'll be there. So you guys can come over and we'll sign a bunch of stuff.
We'll work on it, though.
But yeah, we're going to try to get to everyone today.
Thank you.
This guy's been waiting for his belt to get signed the whole time. I see him patiently waiting.
He's waiting. He's first in line.
Yeah, this is a question for Showtime. I'm from Halifax, Nova Scotia. I was wondering how far away do you think TJ Grant is from getting a shot at you?
You know what? He's right there. I mean, he deserved the shot. I mean, he hopefully he gets better, and I know he's going through some concussions or something. He's training.
Yeah, I'm good friends of his. Is
he better now? I don't know. I saw him in Vegas.
He's not 100% cleared to train yet, but he is getting better, and it should be close.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, he has to take care of his health, man. I mean, you can't play around with that. But I think if he comes back, he should be the next guy in line. He had my chance, so definitely he should come back and get a title shot.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yep.
How you doing, Mr. Pettis? I know you said your mom's Mexican, so I'm curious, how do you deal, with not eating that Mexican food? Because I'm from Houston, and I can't handle not eating my mom's food.
No, you know what? That's
I mean?
the funny thing is you said that. So I have a nutritionist, and he gives me my meal plans. I'm like, dude, we need some enchiladas. I need some tacos on this meal plan. So he makes them healthy now. So I get to eat my food still, but in a healthy way.
Just no grease on it or nothing.
No, it doesn't taste as good, but it's still the same concept, Tortilla wrap, just.
All right, thank you, man.
I have a question for Showtime. My brother Alex is a big fan of yours. He's standing right over here.
Where's Alex at?
Alex
What's up,
right
bro?
there. He couldn't make it through the mob, but he wanted to know if back when you were with WC.
Wait, I can't talk until you put them glasses
Yeah, I
back
was saying,
on,
why'd you
man.
take
Put
your
those
glasses off, bro?
Try it again. There you go. Okay.
There he is.
Now I can hear you.
Club Plush? Nah. Hey, back when you were with WC, you did a show with MTV and you with a guy named Jinx.
Yeah, Roller Jenks, yeah.
Do you still keep in touch with him?
Yeah, I do, man. Andrew Jenks, he's the same age as me. He's actually working on doing movies now. So I'm a very inspiring dude. He's doing this thing out of the filming industry. He's doing movies at a young age, and he's still doing documentaries. So yeah, very cool guy.
Will you be seeing yourself doing a movie here shortly or anything?
I mean, I wish. I mean, that's the goal. I mean, if I can get into movies and I ain't gotta mess my body up and break my legs and arms to make a living, yeah, for sure.
Well, I heard there were casting still for the Expendables.
I don't know about that.
Hey, appreciate you guys coming out. You guys are really big, so how much you guys lift?
7.
7. Oh, that's pretty good.
Wait, what kind of lifting? Like bench?
Like bench.
Curl?
Yeah, bench. Yeah.
I know I can bench more than you for sure, but I don't know. Well, for me, I don't try to get show muscles. Our objective in our sport is to have endurance. So if the bigger we are, the more muscles we have, the harder it is to work. You put more oxygen to move these muscles. So we try to stay lean and try to stay more for reps. If we can go for a longer time, it makes more sense for us than to put up a big amount of weight.
Yeah, we're doing a lot of explosive type of lifting, clean squats, powerlifting type of stuff. Don't do a whole lot of bench or I guess
call them beach muscles. If you're trying to get beach muscles, go for weights. But if you want to have functional muscles, it doesn't really matter how much you can bench.
All right, thank you.
How much you bench? I know that's what you're looking for.
Nah.
Come on, let us know.
How much?
Like 205.
Nice, 205. All right.
It's not a big deal. 205. It's not a big deal.
Cool. Take care, buddy.
What's up, guys?
What's
Straight
up?
representing
What's
from
up?
Cali.
Yeah.
Give a shout out to my brother Big Fuzz out here from Texas, Waco.
What's up, guys?
Question goes out to you, Chad Mendes.
Thank you.
Take me back to your loss against Jose Aldo. It's your only loss in your career. How'd you feel? And then talk about your greatest win in the octagon.
Good
Well,
recovery.
it
Good
sucked.
recovery.
I mean, first and foremost, it's
Yeah,
not
he
cool.
held that cage, huh? Punk ass.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
all
man,
good.
it's not cool, but I mean, it is what it is. It's all part of sport. Everybody loses at everything. I mean, you can't. I mean, it's bound to happen sooner or later. But I think for me, it taught me a lot. I know that I got in there, and at that time, I think I'd only had 3 fights in the UFC. I think that was like my 4th one. So I was still a baby, man. I didn't really know what the hell was going on, and
Plus, he was in Brazil, too. I think if you get him in Cali, you'll get it done.
That's right. That's what we're pushing for.
Bring that bout back. Next question was your greatest win in the octagon.
Probably against Clay
Guida, huh?
Yeah, Guida.
Knock that boy out. Back up to Pettis,
I got my back,
That's
bro.
what I'm saying. He got you back,
This guy's a Mike superstar.
Thank you. I appreciate both those fights. Those are great fights. And then to Pettis, same question. What was your toughest defeat and your greatest win in the octagon?
Yeah, for me, Clay Guida. I lost to Clay Guida. My
He
two
held you,
losses
bro.
are decisions. So I never officially got beat in the octagon. They decided that I lost. So Clay Guida was my real loss, and very motivating. And when you lose, you find out a lot about yourself, how you come back, and your mindset's different. So yeah, he helped me become the champ for sure.
And then obviously your greatest win was your title win.
Now Cerrone, bro. Cerrone
All
was my
right,
greatest.
Cerrone. Hey, but you came back from that Guida loss with the Jeremy Stevens fight. I appreciate that win as well, and much respect to you guys. I love the UFC.
Right.
Ever since my first UFC live was UFC 40, Ken Shamrock, Tito, but you guys are bringing it. Much respect.
Thanks, man.
Texas, baby,
Yeah.
big star.
Have a good one.
Hey,
Hey,
get this
three
guy
more,
a mic.
three more
Hey,
questions,
bring him
guys.
up here, right?
3 more.
3 more questions.
3 more. We got to get going.
So Pettis, when is your brother coming back?
He just got PRK. It's like the LASIK eye surgery for fighters. So he's letting that heal up. He had bad eyes. He was fighting with contacts. Not supposed to do that, but he was. So he's fixing that. He'll be back probably June or July, hopefully.
Okay. Also, I can't wait to see Ronda lose. If the Chris Cyborg Ronda fight happens, who's gonna win that?
Dude, Cyborg's a beast. Like,
Yeah.
I've seen her in Brazil. That chick's huge. Like, Ronda
she's
has big
bigger than
arms.
both of us.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen her in real life?
Have
She's
you
a
seen her
beast.
like
Shit,
in person?
Vegas.
Like she's intimidating, man.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. We'll see if it happens, but I don't know if Cyborg can make 35.
I think it's gonna be a catch weight, they think.
Yeah, I think she has to. Yeah, she's big, man. She's big.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
What's up, Chad?
What's up, man?
How'd you get the nickname Money?
What? It actually used to be Money Shot, but
Tell that story. Tell that story.
So basically, what happened when I graduated college, I moved up to Sacramento and started training with Team Alpha Male, and I didn't have any stand-up training at all. So my first practice, I jumped right into pro MMA sparring, and so I'm sitting there with these big old goofy gloves on and this stupid headgear and shin guards, and I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So I'm getting there sparring, and guys are just tagging me up left and right. And so I'd get hit and just blast double everyone and take them down. So, I mean, that was all I knew how to do.
Oh, that kind
and
of
so
a money
everybody
shot.
was saying, dude, your shot is money. And so it was Money Shot for a while. And then, obviously, once I got into the WEC, we had to drop the shot because, well, obvious reasons. And so then it became Money.
I think you should go back to Money Shot. All right, Money Shot? Thanks, man.
Hey, where's that guy's wife?
Thanks, man.
Yeah, thanks, man.
I got a question for each one of y'all. Chad, since you've been training with Ludwig, have you noticed an increase in your counter striking with all you guys at Team Alpha Male? And has that helped up with y'all's stand up? And Anthony, I've done Taekwondo for the majority of my life when I was younger. I don't notice a whole lot of fence when you fake a kick, maybe throw a spinning hook kick or whatnot. Is that due to the risk of throwing a technique like that? Or is it just something as simple as you haven't seen an opening to maybe mix up, throw a double spinning hook kick, or mix it up with like a fake to the head and spinning side kick to the body or anything like that?
That's a lot of combos. I don't know what you mean. I'm trying to like process it all. I'm like, man. No, I mean, in mixed martial arts, you have to worry about takedowns. So you can't throw these spin kicks and all these crazy moves. Like my objective as a fighter is to get amazing on the ground. So if I do get taken down, that I can finish the fight on the ground as well with jiu-jitsu. But you can't. I mean, eventually I'll get more comfortable out there and throw more taekwondo kicks. But some of them, they're just they're hard to throw, man. The world's watching. So if you mess up, you know, it's not easy to come back from.
Yeah, for me, I mean, having Dwayne, I think our all-around striking, not just counter-striking, but, you know, you guys have seen our last few fights, Team Alpha Male, everyone's stand-up looks so much better. You know, I just think that was what we were missing. We never did any, like, stand-up drilling, basically. It was, you know, us basically hitting mitts and sparring, beating the crap out of each other. That was our stand-up training. So we do a lot of slow technique drills and going over stuff like that now, which I think has improved us a lot.
All right, thank you guys.
All right,
Appreciate
thank you
y'all.
guys.
All right, guys, thank you.
It's all done. Thank you
All
guys
right.
for all coming out. Enjoy the weigh-ins. Enjoy the fights.